Well, Marie, President Trump was set to hold a MAGA rally on Juneteenth, but he came under fire for the date and the location that he chose. The president says he rescheduled the rally out of respect, but during an interview with the Wall Street Journal, the president made comments that stirred up controversy yet again.
Imagine this, people are free. No one has told them.
June 19th, 1865. That's the date the final slaves in America received news that they were free. Nevada Senator Pat Spearman says it's a date that should remind people to never forget.
The plantation owners were determined to keep them enslaved. They made them sharecroppers, borrowed money that they would never be able to pay back, made it almost impossible for them to develop any type of wealth. Then they went to the Jim Crow laws. And after Jim Crow, then you got, outright segregation.
Senator Spearman says she's long participated in Juneteenth events, and this year she's hosting a virtual celebration.
It's important right now for us to celebrate this because we've got to continue to say to people, systemic racism exists.
In the midst of nationwide Black Lives Matter protests, President Trump had planned a rally on June 19th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In 1921, Tulsa was one of the most prosperous African-American communities in the country, known as Black Wall Street, until a mob of armed white men burned it to the ground and killed at least 300 men, women, and children. After backlash, President Trump moved his rally to June 20th.
Incredibly uninformed or tone deaf.
During an interview with the Wall Street Journal on Wednesday, the president said, quote, "I made Juneteenth very famous." He went on to say, "It's actually an important event, but nobody ever heard of it."
It's mind-boggling, and to come up with anything that says, "I made it famous."
Senator Spearman refutes those comments and says since 1865, African Americans have celebrated Juneteenth with cookouts, parades, community festivals, and the singing of the Black National Anthem.
The details on that investigation.
Well, Marie, a man in his 20s is dead, another on the loose after running from the scene outside of an apartment complex downtown. Now, residents tell me they're devastated.
It's kind of scary, to see something like this. Why does it have to? Why does it have to happen here?
Michael Conkrite has lived at Siegel Suites Bonanza for 4 years now. Thursday afternoon, he walked out of his apartment, surrounded by Metro police cars following a homicide.
When my girlfriend came home, and she's like, "Hey, there's a crime scene out there," I'm in shock.
Metro says that just before 3, an AMR ambulance was driving along Bonanza and witnessed a man go up to a car parked outside the apartment complex.
The driver of the ambulance noticed that a black male who appeared to be in his mid to late 20s approached a vehicle. That male fired a round into the vehicle.
Police say the suspect took off running and someone drove the victim to the hospital.
About 30 minutes later, we received a report of a male who was dropped off by a vehicle at Valley Hospital. That male underwent treatment at the hospital and was later pronounced deceased.
Metro says that man did not live at the complex, and so far they haven't determined the relationship between the victim, the suspect, or a motive. But the man's death leaves neighbors worried.
With all the things going on in this world, people need to start trying to get it together, start being more nice and loving one another instead of fighting.
The energy has been great as guests return. A lot of folks are just excited to be here, and some are wearing masks like Elvis here behind me. Everyone I spoke with says it's nice to be able to have some fun during the pandemic and also feel safe at a resort.
The reopening of the fabulous Westgate Hotel and Casino.
Man, I'm so excited I can't even contain myself.
It's exciting to see one casino open up after another, and that's what Las Vegas is all about.
I miss this place.
Live music, table games with masks required, and social distancing on slot machines. Westgate Las Vegas is back.
You know what I'm saying? I got some money to win or lose. and I'm gonna have me some fun, man.
The first 100 guests in line even got some free gambling cash as a gift.
We gave all 100 the $50 in free slot play, and then the 10 that were here first, they were as early as 7 o'clock this morning for the noon opening, and the first 10 we bumped that up to $100.
In the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic, guests say the resort safety protocols aren't ruining the experience. They're necessary.
It tells me that people give a damn.
It is different, but again, we're only in phase 2.
Westgate wants everyone who comes through to feel safe.
The priority is such a safety for us, not only for our guests, but for our team members, and we're highly confident that it's great.